Liberty Nation with Tim Donner.
Imagine for a moment if House Speaker Nancy Pelosi suddenly said she agrees with Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy about, say, how to fix the nation's infrastructure. Or McCarthy said he disagrees with Pelosi on certain policies but finds her leadership laudable. Or, for good measure, try to envision Donald Trump saying anything nice about Joe Biden, or vice versa. That's about how much of a headshaker recent statements by Senator Elizabeth Warren turned out to be. After Facebook's own so-called Supreme Court, formally titled the Oversight Board but hardly adherent to any sort of legal standard or judicial process, extended its ban on former President Trump. The left-wing senator from Massachusetts and progressive icon ripped into not Trump, but the social media giant. Warren began with what almost sounded like an obligatory condemnation of the 45th president, but then she launched into a tirade against Facebook, which, despite Warren's previous history of anti-social media statements, must have shocked leftists who were still celebrating the extension of Trump's ban. And it had to seem even more incredible to those leftists who had the opposite criticism of Facebook from Warren, that they refused to make the ban permanent. But Warren, in effect, defended Trump with a screed along the lines of, I don't agree with you, but I will defend to the death your right to say it.
First, I'm glad that Donald Trump's not going to be on Facebook. Suits me. But part two is that this is just further demonstration that these giant tech companies are way, way, way too powerful. And listen to the arrogance of it. The name of the group that made the decision is called the Supreme Court. I missed the part where those people had hearings in front of Congress before, and were voted on before they were made decision makers with this kind of authority. You know, we need to break up these big tech companies.
So apparently politics really does make the strangest of bedfellows. And Senator Warren, not always known for her political independence, deserves credit for speaking truth to power, even in a circumstance where a political enemy ends up being cast in a more favorable light, as a victim rather than perpetrator. At a time when the country is praying, literally or figuratively, for reconciliation between the left and right as the two sides themselves continue their assault on each other, we look for any sign of agreement that could lower the temperature on the tribal warfare currently defining the state of politics. And both sides appear appropriately wary of the power of social media. Perhaps it's for different reasons, the right fearing its censorship, the left its growing power. But they all recognize, no matter your ideology, how quickly Facebook, Twitter, and the rest can make you or break you. Can left and right meet somewhere near the middle to tamp down the remarkable and chilling level of power accumulated by these titans of the 21st century? Well, the answer is the same as on infrastructure, where both sides agree there's a problem, but come at it from different, if not opposite, directions. But we have seen truly bipartisan efforts before, even in the balkanized political environment that's overtaken the country for more than half a decade. In 2018, the two parties came together around the issue of criminal justice reform, passing a genuinely bipartisan bill that was hailed by both President Trump and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. May that achievement serve as both an inspiration and a blueprint for responsible debate between Republicans and Democrats on something, anything. And social media looks like a logical place to start.
Hi, I'm Lisa K. Donner, along with Mark Angelides, Sarah Cowgill, Tim Donner, and Scott Cosenza, and this is Liberty Nation.
Now, Now let's take a look at the LibertyNation.com electoral leaderboard. It's still 238 for Joe Biden.
What if stories and legends can offer us the key to unraveling the hottest political issues of the day and apply their lessons to understanding the chaos of modern politics?
Impeach 45!
Only where freedom of speech is honored can people who look, sound, or think differently be truly free.
If you're discussing something that's difficult, the probability that you're not going to offend each other is zero.
President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Donald J. Trump is now president.
With one click, Liberty Nation delivers tomorrow's news.
And remember, liberty.
Today.
All the time and everywhere.
LibertyNation.com